Here are the repairs that I did to the 2009 Springdale by Keystone slide out. You look here, you can see where I had added a bead of silicone. Of course, this is after removing the trim and adding a plumber's putty bead underneath. And I added extra screws to press that thick bead of plumber's putty against the camper. Also, I had lifted the trim higher to catch that 2x2 studding underneath so that it was more of a reliable attachment to the camper. Here is the flashing that I had applied underneath the siding, and it goes about this far. With that, I also had applied some silicone sealant underneath that. My next goal here is to put something underneath the flashing, because really what I want is the water to drip to the ground and not to the flooring of the camper. You can see the material, how much flashing was needed here to make the edge of the camper, understanding that this piece of trim was actually down here where my middle finger was. But from there, there's the flooring, there's a space, and there's that 2x2, and all the screws on the end were actually in through the space. They weren't even holding this to the side of the camper. You can see the rust here where the water was actually getting behind each of the screws. I also added rubber washers to the screws, and yes, once they were applied in, the edges of the rubber washer was taken off because the screw was put in so tight. However, there is some rubber underneath to provide a seal so the water can no longer travel the length of the screw into the camper. Up the edging here, I had pulled this away, removed the original silicone, reapplied silicone, and then screwed the screws back in. Underneath each of the screws here was a bead of silicone again, so to prevent water from leaking behind the screws. Like I said, long-term fixing of the camper is going to involve actually replacing the floor, because this, as you can see here with the camera, here we go, is soft. It's a particle board floor. It really is probably no business being used as a floor, but I'm not the engineers, and probably saying something that, you know, Springdale would obviously disagree with me, but it's cost, you know. Yeah, it's solid here, and as I come out to the edge, you can hear the difference here. Okay, this is all water damage. So, I'm going to live with it for a while. I'm going to have to apply something inside to kill the mold and the fungus and stuff like that, stuff that's bad for you. But we're storing it for the winter. We'll see what it looks like in the spring.